everyone. I'm Charlene Shirk. I'm your host today for Advertising Champions, where we speak to some of the most innovative thinkers in the advertising space. We've got a great show for you today. We're going to be speaking with Gregory Kirkham from Wells Digital Media and Lane Rizzardini from Marion Relationship Marketing. Thank you both so much for joining us today.
Happy to be here.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you.
So let's walk through a little bit about what you do and what you do there. Gregory, I'll start with you.
Yeah, so we are a full-service marketing agency focusing primarily on desire-based marketing strategies and massive lead generation. We focus heavily on using previous consulting experience in the field and integrating that into the marketing space on the agency side.
All right, got to ask you, desire-based marketing, do tell.
Oh yeah, desire-based marketing is discovering the desire behind why your client is even purchasing to begin with. What drives them to actually want your service or product?
That's the ultimate question. Lane, go ahead and share what you're doing over there at Marion Relationship Marketing.
Yeah, simply we help local service-based businesses build thriving companies through holistic digital marketing strategies. So everything from websites, Google ads, Facebook ads, local presence, organic search. And we really want to be the fractional marketing arm for all of our clients to help them with all of their marketing needs.
All right, Lane, let me just start with you. Let's talk about what's working today. You know, there's always new platforms, there's always new strategies, but what is really working for you today?
Yeah, I mean, I think everyone's always looking for the next cutting edge thing, whether they're monitoring what Apple's doing on their ad platforms or how to get into TikTok. We still find for our clients that good old fashioned Google ads are still the highest performing marketing and advertising medium out there. There's a reason Google is a $1 trillion company, is because search is still one of probably the best intent-based marketing platforms ever created. And so if you're a roofer or a dentist and you want to show up for roof repairs near me or dental emergency dentistry in Mesa, Arizona, there's not really a better way to do that than setting up a Google Ads program and tracking all that.
Now, Gregory, I see you nodding your head vehemently to that, but what's the secret sauce though? You know, you talked about desire-based marketing. You know, I would think nothing's a better indicator for desire than what people are searching for and asking Google to give them.
Yeah, so for us, we like to take a comprehensive approach. So we build out personas based on the target audience as well as the product or service being offered, and look at the historical values given to us by the client. So we run forecasting, we take a look at the historicals as well as the typical client base, build out those personas, and then also take a look at the data behind the platform. So we review, say, if they're targeting 14 to 18 or 18 to 30, depending on the topic, right? We may build out a strategy for TikTok if that's their objective, or we might build out a strategy that encompasses Facebook, TikTok, and Google or YouTube to build out a full spectrum strategy to capture as many eyes as possible based off of what they desire.
And Gregory, let me dig a little deeper for that. So say a business owner is watching this right now and they think that this is their customer, or they think this is the customer they want to pursue. How do you really create a profile of a customer? What are maybe 3 steps that you need to do to really either know who really is following you and who is buying your product, but if you're really trying to target an audience, how do you build a profile to get there?
Sometimes there is a major dissonance between what the business owner might believe their customer base is versus what their data is actually saying. So what we do is we dig into the historical values, really find out where the clients are actually coming from. We take a look at the different values that are coming in, the frequency of those purchases based on those age groups. And then we compile a forecast based off of that. As we all know, marketing ad spend is not consistent. It's not one level of spend throughout the entire year. Neither are the lead volumes. And so we build out a strategy based off of that to really determine what kind of platforms we can best leverage to be able to get the best results for the client themselves. Does that answer your question?
Yes, yes, it does. But if I'm a business owner, how do I Google what do 30-year-olds want to eat for breakfast? I mean, is that as simple as that?
Unfortunately, it's not. Unfortunately, the spectrums varies so widely across every single type of industry. I wish it were that simple. Instead, we rely really heavily on data analytics to help guide that.
All right, and Lanham, let me ask you that too. Like, how do you go to begin to build out for your customer? Hey, these are the behaviors of their customers, and here's how we're going to reach those customers. Particularly since you said you're kind of a local guy, so you can have national data, but really it ends up kind of drilling down to what are the people in your own backyard doing.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of great keyword tools out there that help us understand kind of what people are searching online, and what parts of the funnel that we can reach them at. Whether are they researching, are they at basic interest level, or are they ready to purchase? Again, using some of that analytics data that Gregory talked about, and I completely agree. Building out a holistic strategy with multiple platforms, hitting people at the different levels is really the way to go. One thing I would add, I think Gregory really nailed a lot of it. I think one thing that we like to add from the kind of the local service-based side is because we get a lot of our clients get leads via phone calls. And so we track all of those phone calls. We have all the source data, and we have all the recordings. And so a lot of times what we do, if we want to go take another step deeper into what might be bigger pain points, getting better ad copy, what do people actually care about, we'll go and listen to all the phone calls and hear kind of the questions that they're asking, hear how the client's answering them, kind of understanding what's converting people and maybe what's not, and use that data to build better ads, add more keywords, and use that kind of real like customer feedback to drive some of our advertising work.
That's interesting. All right, so obviously there's always challenges. We're always having obstacles. There's always workarounds now with privacy issues or new technologies or meta and merging and all that kind of good stuff. So that said, Gregory, what are you finding right now that's just giving you agita? That's one of your biggest challenges in the advertising space.
I would say right now the consumer has become more aware that they're being marketed to. And so if we don't take a much more humanizing approach to advertising, to bringing awareness to the product or service and being transparent in the marketing, then consumers are really leaning away from those kinds of advertising that isn't transparent.
And Lane, what about you? What are you finding that's keeping you up at night?
Gregory, you touched on something really interesting, and that is that people are more aware of ads and kind of pretending like ads don't affect them, and so they do. They kind of stay away from it. And so, what's really working now, especially not really Google search, but like with TikTok and Facebook and Instagram, is user-generated content. And people tend to find that instead of doing like really high quality polished videos, like everyone thinks they need a professional video, the best videos and the most effective stuff that people trust is, phone videos, people selfieing their face, and because it looks more authentic, it doesn't look like an ad. And so that's how we've been doing our social media lately. And we've been trying to encourage our clients to do it that way because it gets a better engagement rate. because people trust it because it doesn't look like an ad. So the biggest challenge now is, how do I get my clients to do these videos? Because we can't really do it for them. Like, we need them to really take the time. And a lot of our clients are old or just not that comfortable on camera. And so it's kind of hard to get them to even just to talk about their expertise, or even how they would just talk to customers to a phone. They get really nervous about it. They overthink it. But we need that to really build good ads. And so it's kind of the challenge of, how do I get really good creative from the client that allows us to drive really good results for them? That's kind of something that we're trying to figure out, especially on the TikTok side. The demand is there, but how do you do it effectively when it really requires such an investment of time from the client to do it that way?
I love that. You want it good, but you don't want it too good that it looks too polished and salesy. It's got to be right in that sweet spot. Well, guys, that's where we're going to have to leave it. We've run out of time, but this has been a really fun and really informative conversation. I want to thank you so much for taking the time to join us today on Advertising Champions.
Thank you so much for having us.
Yep. Thanks, Charlene.
Good to see you again, Lane. All right, folks, if you'd like to learn more about what these folks are up to, you can check them out on dailyadbrief.com. Well, I'm your host, Charlene Shirk. Thanks so much for joining us today on Advertising Champions, and we look forward to learning something new with you next time.
Simplify presents Addressable CTV, combining the power of TV with the targeting and attribution of digital. Simplify's Addressable CTV delivers massive reach with the ability to scale without sacrificing precision. TV buyers can generate incremental reach with household-level targeting, frequency controls, reporting, and insights. To learn more about Simplify's Addressable CTV and what it can do for your clients, visit simply.fi.